Good morning. My name is Jeff Giles. I am 41 years old and have ALS. In my previous career, I was the art technical director at Ubisoft Entertainment. I'm also father to a 5-year-old boy. Even now, my eye tracking and tablet are becoming my primary means of communication through Skype and email, as I am now unable to use the phone to place or receive phone calls. Even my iPhone has become practically unusable.
Okay, hi. Now that introductions are out of the way, that is a sample program I've been working on, partly as a hobby that's using my voice bank to communicate. The anticipation is I'll eventually be losing my voice. I'll start with by demonstrating how I get about with eye tracking. I actually am going to start by doing an example calibration. I find this is something we have to do as the lighting for environments change. As say it goes from day to evening, the eye tracking will actually lose calibration, and it's worth redoing this. It's a fairly easy process. It's just a matter of looking at the black dot in the orange circle for a period of time so that the tablet can recalculate where I am looking on screen. As I mentioned, I use my eye tracking for just about everything, from basic navigation of my computer to sending emails and even controlling my home automation system. So as you can see, the calibration came in all green, which means we're good to go. So if I minimize this window, let's say I want to check the news. I'll just open Google Chrome, like so. Pop up the key, select the address bar. Type in the web address I want using the Tobii keyboard. I find the Tobii keyboard works extremely well. Probably among the best of the eye tracking keyboards I've tried. I also prefer using the eye gaze over the mouse emulation mode. Because I'm actively recording at the moment, things are going to be a little bit laggy. Usually it's a bit faster than this, and my eye tracking is usually a bit quicker. So I can scroll the web page just by selecting the scroll icon on the right side bar here, that one. I can scroll down or up as I need. Sometimes I lose focus of the window, which can cause a little bit of an issue for scrolling. So as you can see there again, a little bit of lagging. But that's mostly due to the recording. Usually it's much quicker. So I can click and select pretty much as needed. For example, one of the things I also can do is typing text, which is something I find I have to do quite often. At the moment, I'm using Dragon Naturally Speaking because, as you hear, my voice is still pretty strong, but I'm expecting that that's not going to last forever. So I can type just using the on-screen keyboard, like so, which is a little slow. But if I use it in conjunction with word Q, I get this text completion box which pops up. I should point out that this is actually supported by another auto hotkey script I have written, which allows me to do a key press to get the number pad. So as you can see there on the drop down, I have a list of word expansions I can use, and by pressing a number on the number pad, it will actually complete them. However, on the Tobii keyboard, there is no number pad. I've written a script which will allow me to emulate that. So I'm basically using Alt and QWERT. I've mapped that to number pad 1 through 5. So you can see typing is actually pretty easy. Oops, I made a spelling mistake, but anyway, you get the idea. It does accelerate typing quite a bit. I use this not a whole lot at the moment, but I do use it when the environment is a bit too noisy for using my voice control for text-to-speech, or just for short messages like, say, a status update on Facebook. Now, one of the other things I do is I have a home automation system set up in my house right now, which is controlling a bunch of lights. I can also control my TV. Oops, click the wrong button there. So let's say I go back to this web page and I open up my Fury controller. It's again going to be a little laggy because we are actively recording. Usually it's much faster and smoother. So we'll just give that a second. Okay, this is the web interface to my home automation controller. I'm afraid it's a bit bright in here, so you won't be able to see it, the light actually going on and off. But just by taking my left click button, clicking the on-screen button here, I promise you the light is in fact going on and off. So one of the other things I do, which I find extremely useful, is I can remote connect to my old large desktop PC through various programs. Right now I'm using VNC. My old desktop I'm actually using as a media server. By the way, this isn't my actual password. I'm using what's called a hot string and auto hotkey to complete my password for me, but saving a bit of typing time. So this is a media player called XBMC. I don't actually view it through the window you see on screen here. I have a large monitor just to my right. I use the eye tracking and my tablet to control it most easily with the keyboard. So I can watch movies, I can browse my TV shows, or I can play them. Let's close that back down. Or I can do any management that is in fact required of my desktop through my media, through VNC. Now at the beginning I demonstrated a script that was using my voice bank to communicate for me. I had written this with a scripting language called AutoHotkey. Everything you see here was written with the on-screen keyboard through the Tobii tablet, through the Tobii eye tracking. The script itself is not overly complicated, but there's a fair bit of effort in there to get it working. Um, and this is just one of the things that having the eye tracking allows me to do. Uh, it really lets me dive more deeply into what the computer can do for me in a less frustrating manner. I really chose to go straight to eye tracking over something like a head mouse or other mouse interface, primarily for navigation and typing reasons. It's just so much faster and so much more efficient to get around, and much, much less frustrating. I wouldn't have been able to come up with something that detailed without trying to pull out what little hair I have left. Anyway, that's just an example of some of the things I use my eye tracking for. Um, Thank you for watching.